What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. It is the 19th day of April. And with that, I'd like to say shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. Thank you all for being here. Here we are. Moving down a little bit over the weekend. We actually do have a reversal pattern in the candlesticks here. Anytime that you get a nice solid body up, you get a doji candle, especially what this would be called here is a spinning top, and then a solid body down. That is typically a reversal signal. Now, typically, again, being the key word, typical does not mean that we have to keep going down. Maybe we move up. We have reversed from this point already. We really could go lower, though, and pardon me. From here, this reversal definitely is not something that I'm a fan of. This definitely does not bode well, in my opinion, for the Bitcoin Cash price. I wouldn't be surprised if we did come down, maybe form a higher low at a lower price from where we are now. I would be, even from here, it's completely possible to say that we could see a lower low, but I'm not really expecting that at the moment. I want to see what Bitcoin does. The fact that I am expecting Bitcoin to be at the end of its kind of ropes with this move up, maybe we see a slightly higher high, whatever. Maybe we get just like $100 above 80K, whatever it might be. It's making me a bit nervous. I was expecting from these areas that we would have seen a bit more of a more rapid growth to this price. I was expecting when we break above this that we would snap back above this price. So the fact that we're not, we're actually seeing a reversal signal here, kind of at this area where we found support before. It does make me a bit nervous for Bitcoin Cash. Now the thing is, again, as we move down, volume hasn't come back in. But as we moved up, volume has just continued to die as well. So whenever you're at the end of a consolidation phase, your volume's at its lowest. And then you break out one way or the other. And then that volume comes back in. We could break out to the downside. We don't have to break out to the upside. Just because we're here and we are continuing to consolidate, even though we're moving down with less volume, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to move up. And again, the only thing that I'm concerned about, that I am really concerned about right now, is that this move, we had the momentum, but we just didn't go as far as expected. It got held up here in kind of the heart of this range, or at the base areas of this range where we found support in the heart of this range overall. It doesn't build confidence, at least not in me. This is like anti-building of confidence. From a high to a low, we hit the golden ratio zone, and now we're breaking through the 382. That's not good. Normally, that's not good. Typically. If we can get back to the golden ratio or above the golden ratio, then maybe there's a chance. But again, what I'd be talking about there is that Bitcoin Cash moves up while Bitcoin is topping off and potentially moving down. Now, if we consolidate in this area for a week or two, that could give Bitcoin Cash a chance to rip to the upside. And I think we need that. I think we need that because what's happening with Bitcoin is we're in a situation where we could come down, we form a higher low. Whoops, I didn't mean to draw it like that. We form a higher low, or we could come down, and this is the beginning of the break of this overall range. We break out in May. That could be the case too. So it's not 50-50, but kind of. At this moment, it's kind of 50-50, depending on what we do at these lows. Where before I was very certain that we'd find support down at these areas, but because we've gone up so high, I think that we do stand a chance to break down as well. Because of that, that worries me for Bitcoin Cash. Even just going to this, even just going somewhere below 70K as we were originally forecasting for Bitcoin, from here with Bitcoin Cash, where's that going to go? Where are we going to go with that? Whenever Bitcoin here was moving down on the 17th of March to the 29th of March, what did Bitcoin Cash do? 17th of March here, we moved down a little bit. To the 29th of March, we really didn't move down much. Okay, that's cool. We moved sideways. So that's the best case scenario, is that we just kind of continue to consolidate while Bitcoin's working its way down. But if Bitcoin works its way down, Bitcoin Cash is continuing to consolidate, and then Bitcoin breaks out to the downside, what are we going to do? We're probably going to go below $400 at that point. And that's not the forecast, but it's more of a concern now than it was down here. It's more of a concern now than it has been throughout this whole entire range, by a large degree. Because again, we didn't get the result that we had expected, that we were set up for, and that's not good, guys. 1 hour time frame looking at this, zooming in, and then we'll start zooming out. I have not sold any Bitcoin Cash. My expectation, if the price goes down, is that I'm only going to buy more. I say my expectation. My promise my desire, where my head's at. If we go down, I'm only going to buy more. It was smart 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever the prices were below $400 to buy. It's going to be smart now. It's going to be smart in the coming months if that's our inevitable outcome as well. There's still a chance that we could rip above 500, above 600, but understand that that chance is in jeopardy, like more so than it's been really throughout this whole range. I don't know why I'm having a hard time talking. The 1 hour RSI is bearish. The stochastics are bearish. The MACD is bearish. You have bullish divergence. Still bearish. I wouldn't say that this 1 hour time frame is suggesting death, but maybe suggesting that we go back below these levels here, something like that, a little bit lower. Wouldn't be surprised. We look at the 4 hour time frame here. The RSI is going from a bit of a double top at the overbought zone to, let's see, we've got these higher lows here. Yeah, come down a little bit more, bounce off of this area. Let's see if we can work our way and get higher readings, if we can get back into the overbought zone, or are we going to reject the overbought area and come back down? Or are we going to get lower highs instead? That might give us a little bit of a position as far as what direction we're going to be going. Right? I don't expect that we're going to drop through the floor from here, just a little bit lower, get this to bounce off of its trend line, right? Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Off of this trend line. And then do we get a lower high? Do we reject? Or do we break through the threshold? We'll see. MACD technically looks bullish overall. If we're being fair, the MACD actually does look bullish. Stochastics being overbought is bearish, but we're reset as well. We do have higher lows. I mean, we're ready to go. We're ready to go. It is the weekend. We've moved down over the weekend. That does bode well for moving up over the week. Low to high here. Go down to the golden ratio, find support there, and then move up, maybe. We've definitely found support plenty of times between the 0.5 and the golden ratio. This could be one of those times. Or maybe we see a slightly lower low still. But I wouldn't be surprised if we found support somewhere in this area between where we are now and 432. Wouldn't be surprised. We get above 450, effectively, let's say 452. We get above 452, and we should be clear to prices that are above or at least around $480. And then we'll see how we perform up there. I don't really know if there's much else to talk about. I've addressed my concerns. I've addressed the things that I think can happen to the upside, what we're looking for. This reminds me of my Bitcoin video that I was just making, if anybody was watching that. I was talking about at the very end there how the weekly RSI, everybody's excited that we've broken out of the downtrend. But the reality is, you can break out of a downtrend. And that doesn't mean that you're in an uptrend immediately. Sometimes you break out of a downtrend, oftentimes enough, and then you move sideways. And then you shift into an uptrend. Or, I mean, in this case, we didn't really shift into an uptrend. We had a chance to do it here, and we've just moved sideways. We actually have a very bearish, this is a very bearish daily RSI. The only positive thing going on here is we are seeing a little bit of a shift here. We could come down, find that shift, and then move up. This would be the scenario that we see the price basically doing this some more, even if Bitcoin's moving down like we did here. That could happen, but we'll see. None of this necessarily suggests that we're going below $400. But it does, at the very least, suggest that we're not moving up higher right now, which is unfortunate because that's what we need to see. Because Bitcoin is a ticking time bomb at this point. It will drop, and we can hope that Bitcoin Cash won't drop with it and that it'll move sideways like it did here. Most cryptos drop when Bitcoin drops, though, and we're at a low point. We don't want to be at a low point while Bitcoin's at a high point. That puts us in a very fragile state of being. So we need to recover. We need to see some higher price action so that when the inevitable drop with Bitcoin happens, we at least have a little cushion to provide from that fall as well. Maybe we see lower lows, but this drop overall would be bigger than anything we've seen in months, and we're still above $400. But if we do that from here, we break below $400, guys. The concern is that we return to prices that are potentially even below $300 in time. I doubt it's going to be like this, but 1, 2, 3 weeks here, it went basically straight down like that. Here, we're at the exact same price levels that we're at now, And then 1 week later, boom, all the way down here below $300. We're in this consolidation zone. We break out, we're going to return to the bottom of this consolidation zone. And I thoroughly don't expect that we're going to break out to the downside there, but if we do that, man, we're in some serious trouble for Bitcoin Cash. But that's a long ways away. We're nowhere near there yet. It's not even appropriate really to consider breaking out of this overall range to the downside. It's just definitely appropriate to consider moving back to the lower ends of this range if $400 breaks. Low to high here without the fake out high. Yeah, 400 is at the 0.5. We break through that. 360, 335. It's the likely target area. We can move this up if you want that high, but I don't know. I think that this, I don't like to take fake out highs into consideration. Maybe that's not even the best fit. We could take, let's take this high to low real quick. High to low here. 886 resistance, 0.5 support. A little bit of respect here and there at the golden ratio. Yeah, it seems, you know, closing right there at the golden ratio, wicking right there, closing right there, wicking. 382 is at about 375, which is, you know, the other target was 365 or 360. Pretty much the same area there. We'll see. Time will tell. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit the like button, subscribe. The stochastics are reset. They're ready to come up. The RSI is still somewhat bearish on the weekly time frame here, but we're also in an area to expect to find support, to be completely fair. We do have bullish divergence on the weekly MACD, and if we go lower, we will probably only further that divergence. I'm not expecting, again, if we go lower, I'm not expecting catastrophic death, and likely it will be something to build from. But I think I speak for all of us when I say enough, let's move up. Let's just do that. How about that? Let's break out. Let's throw a party. I'll see you on the next one. Thank you all. We'll see what color dragon we're riding here over the coming days, probably. Over the coming weeks for sure. Take care. Bye-bye.